Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. You are now tuning into the Indian Scouser. First things first, please smash a like. That's all I ask for. And subscribe, obviously, if you're new to this channel. So, Liverpool, the last time I was on was right after the Newcastle victory 2-0 to Liverpool. Before that was the Merseyside Derby win, Derby Day delight, back to back clean sheets, back to back wins. And then it was the Madrid game, the first leg of the Champions League knockout stages, the last 16. So I'm going to touch on that game just briefly, not too much because, you know, it's pretty much done. The tie's done. And I'll basically be focusing more on our last game against Crystal Palace. The Goalless draw at Selhurst Park. And then before wrapping up the show, we'll look ahead of the game tomorrow night. Well, this video will be out tomorrow. So the game tonight against Wolves at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Madrid 5. Let's begin with the lineup. I think it was good to see Nunez in the starting 11 after the shoulder injury he picked up against Newcastle. And obviously he was up with Mo and Gakpo. Gakpo in the 9 as always, playing that false 9 role. Nunez on the left, Mo on the right. And we played our captain Hendo, we played Fabinho and the young Basetic. It was a big game for him that night. I believe he was it the youngest player to start in knockout stages for us or something like that. And then BVD, Gomez, Robbo, Trent, Allison. The first 15, 20 minutes was probably the best performance I've witnessed at Anfield this season. Obviously, the City game is up there, but just in terms of the first 15 to 20 minutes, first goal, great ball by Mo Salah. Darwin Nunez with the flick, amazing finish. That's the finisher we want to see in this guy, right up there in the number 9 position, the right moment, the right time, finishing his dinner. One touch, simple, onside. We go again. Because let me just say, before the game, I said to my mates, even 2-0, I wouldn't be confident going to the second leg. We need at least a 3-goal margin. Because in my head, it's already a 3-0 defeat at the Bernabeu. I'm not trying to be negative, but I know what Madrid are like in the Champions League when they take it back to their home. We've seen it happen last season against PSG, Chelsea, City, and beat us in the finals. But at least let's just win our game, though. 1-0 up. Let's go again. Courtois with the mistake. I think he slipped. Lots of players were slipping that night. I still remember. So he made the mistake. Mo Salah took advantage of that. We go 2-0 up. Anfield erupts. I erupted. I was absolutely buzzing, but again, I knew we had to go again. I wanted the third, the fourth, and we were close to getting the third. I think Salah mishit it or something. And it was cleared off on the line. I think Nunez was there, and then maybe Tao was it Alaba. One of them who cleared it away right on the line. We couldn't go 3-0 up, my bad. But then Winnie, in my previous show, I've literally said I'm more afraid of Vinny than anybody else in that team. Obviously, Karim Benzema, we know what he can do. A great finisher, their captain. But Vinny against Trent, that was going to be quite a battle down that side. Great finish. 2-1 Madrid, game on. And then a couple moments later, what does our keeper do? Gertzel, you made a mistake. A howler? The biggest howler tonight? Nah, hold my beer. He had the whole left side to pass it to someone to BBD or to just clear it away, whack it up. He tries going on his right. Vinny was there. 2-2, right for half time. Again, I'm not blaming Ali because without him this season, we probably wouldn't be in the knockout stages and we wouldn't be where we are in the Premier League right now. And again, Joe Gomez, I think his pass was poor, could have done better. It's a bit too soft, in my opinion, but yeah, I blame both of them for that. Second half now, I thought we'll come back out with, more energy, like how we started the first half, all guns blazing. But nope, Gomez concedes a foul right side the box. Modric rips it in. Militao with the header. They go 3-2 up. Momentum back to them. It was already with them when they equalized from 2-0 down to 2-2, but the halftime break was much needed. So we can reset and go again. But Carlo Ancelotti's halftime team talk changed the game. With Gomez, man, with the foul. And again, the way I see people blaming Trent online on Twitter and stuff, but we were literally, that's called zonal defending your own zones. Everyone was literally in their zone. Surely the coaches, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Linders, they have to look at that and be like, what? Unless that's what they asked them to do. Surely you have to man mark, right? It doesn't matter what level, where you play, who you play for. Is it just the basic rules to man mark your player? Everyone take a man. Yeah, you can have one guy in the first post, one guy back post. It's like a corner kick, but it's just closer to the goal outside the box. Shambolic. Atrocious, man. It was dreadful. Well, the game was entertaining for the neutral. It wasn't dreadful for them. But the way we were defending in that second half, how can you concede 5 at home? 5. It's the first time we've been 2-0 up at home and we still lost by 3-goal margin. First time we conceded 5 in a knockout stage in the Champions League at Anfield. Obviously, it's only Madrid who can do it. I believe we're 2-0 up against any other team. No chance any team would come back. I promise you that. The fourth goal. Deflected who? Joey G again. Karim Benzema is going off target. And the fifth. Was it what Vinny to Benzema? Faked the keeper. And the way he placed it. Top bins, top left corner. 5-2. They didn't put their foot off the gas. They wanted to go for more. Even though away goal doesn't matter anymore, to go for more. That's what they do, Madrid. When you're down, they're still going to hit you over and over again until you just literally can't stand up anymore. That's what they've done to us, man. It's only Madrid who can do that to us. We know about their heritage, the royalty of this club. The European champions currently won it the most times. They're the kings of champions. I said it in the preview show. Literally knocked us out every single time under Jurgen Klopp. The last time we beat them was in 09. This the tie's pretty much done, like I said. You have to win 4-0 at the Bernabeu without conceding. Without conceding. 3-0 to take it to extra time. I don't see it. If the second leg was at Anfield, yeah, we can say, oh, look at what we did to Barcelona. I know that was Barca, this Madrid. When it comes to these two teams in the Champions League, it's different because Madrid, like I just said, everything about them. But at least we'll have some hope. This is Anfield, right? But no, we're going away. I want to say Joy G single-handedly lost us the game, but the whole team was poor after the first 20 minutes. We just capitulated, collapsed. But yeah, now second leg for me, I'm just gonna watch it because who knows when's the next time we play a Champions League game again. It could be our last game in the Champions League for a while, because if you don't finish in the top four this season, I'm just gonna watch it for vibes and let's see walk one. But moving on to the Saturday game that we play in the Premier League away at Selhurst Park wearing this kit that I'm wearing. I believe we haven't won a single game in this kit. We lost to Arsenal away, United away, Forest away. Now 0-0 away at Palace. A boring, boring game. As soon as I saw the lineup with Hendo and Millie in our midfield, I knew it was game over. I knew we weren't going to win. Who's going to create? Without Darwin Núñez as well? Who, by the way, is apparently back fit now for the Wolves game tonight. But, I'll speak on that when it comes to the preview part of the show. Apparently, Klopp said the injection helped him play against Madrid, but then a day later he felt another knock. So, he couldn't play against Palace. Jota made his first start in 4 months or so. He's still going to be rusty. He himself came out and said it, but he said he felt better in the Palace game after coming out against Everton, Newcastle. He's a player who needs the rhythm, need games, then he'll get back to his best, and start firing in goals again. And he wants to help us, he said, with goals and assists. I'm sure he will deliver. So it's good that he's back. But yeah, against Palace, just 3, I would say. 3, was it clear-cut chances? Probably, no, not all 3, but 3 decent chances. Matip crosses to Jota. He was literally with an acute angle, headed to the post when the ball was almost going out. It was impossible to score from there with his head. He was literally facing the post, so right in front of him. Hit the post. Mo Salah with his left foot. I think Trent crosses it in to Jota, and the defender blocked it. Came to Mo, curled with his left foot. Almost a beautiful, beautiful, typical Mo goal, which he hadn't scored in a long while, by the way. Hits the crossbar. That's the time we came the closest to scoring. Second half is Owen Mo with a through ball to Gakpo. Dinks it over the keeper. I think the keeper saves it, maybe. I think, yeah. And goes out wide. They came close as well. Jeffrey Schlupp takes the ball away from Trent. What was Trent doing there in that moment? He's he just switched off. He got the ball. He got the better of him. Just lost the ball. Schlupp crosses it into Mateta. If that a proper finisher up front, we would have lost that game. Speaking of Trent, his free kick was going in. Who blocks it? Our captain. Speaking of these two, what happened in the game? Apparently, Trent told Hendo to fuck off, told him to F off. I think it was when Trent lost the ball to Schlupp. I think that's when Hendo just lost it. Same with BVD. He was fuming. We're just fuming. It's the second time this season that Trent has told Hendo to F off. That just shows our players don't even respect our captain. Our captain, I get it, he's a captain. He has the right to shout to players and, lift them up, tell them what to do. But you got to lead an example as well. You're playing poor as well, man, Hendo. It was absolutely dreadful, the game. Hendo, Naby, and Millie in midfield. Naby Keita. Oh my days. Oh my days. I don't want to see this guy in a Liverpool shirt ever again. We all know he's leaving the summer on a free. He knows himself. So he knows, do I want to give it my all? Like, am I really playing for the badge now? Like, what am I playing for? I'm leaving. It's like the whole team that can be asked, can be bothered. Trent seems lazy. But Naby gets a yellow. And it seems like he was trying to get himself sent off. So Klopp hooked him off at halftime, brings on Harvey Elliott. And again, that's the Brexit midfielder, as our fans call it. I'm not the biggest fan of Naby, I'm not going to lie. I'm not in those bracket of Liverpool fans who rate this guy highly and should be a starter in that. I don't think he's ready for us yet to be in the starting lineup. Obviously, he came on that day, but I don't look at him and be like, oh, yeah, he can change the game. He is doing bits. Like, he will always do that, but can we rely on him? No. A guy who want to see more often, Fabio Carvalho, he just won't get minutes. I don't know what he's done to Jurgen Klopp. Surely something happened. Is he dating Klopp's daughter or something? Like, what's going on? Harvey comes on, looked a bit better because you know what we can get from Harvey. This guy will always give you his 100%. He's always going to try, go again, go again. The effort is there from this young lad, like we know. And our only source of like creating, because it can go through our midfield, is obviously Trent, who usually would put in those long balls to Darwin. And we missed Darwin big time that day because it was all ball to feet, and we can't attack through the midfield. Who's going to bring the ball up and create? Hendo, Millie? It's only Harvey, but again, it's not good enough. So Jurgen takes Hendo, Trent off, puts Millie right back. It's 2023 and Millie is still playing right back as our backup. He's still starting a football game with Henderson. Apparently, this midfield of Millie, Hendo, and Naby, they started in a Premier League game 5 years ago in 2018. We're the only club who sticks with the same core. There's no refreshing this team, man. How did we only sign Darwin as the big signing, the marquee signing? Calvin Ramsey is the understudy of Trent, and he's out the whole season, hardly played the season. And Carvalho, Klopp probably doesn't even rate him, who's young as well, 19. And then we get Gakpo in the winter transfer window when we all know we need a new midfielder. And now the defense is as important as a new midfielder. It's not just a new midfielders. We need at least 3 or 4 in the summer, which, yeah, Fabrizio Romano came on and said, we will sign 3 or 4. Klopp is also said we need a big summer. We all know, because if this time we don't spend big this summer, we keep hearing it so many times, but this time it has to be done. Like, we have no other choice, no other option. Like, it has to be done. Obviously, the name of Jude, Mason Mount, Matias Nunes, these guys are like top on the list, but there's no point speaking about that right now because you have to complete this season with the squad that we have if you want to get top 4. And right now, it's not looking good because, again, yes, we kept a clean sheet, but Matip looks a bit shaky. Obviously, Joe Gomez out with the hamstring with the muscle injury. But Joel, man, we like how he can bring the ball up and when he goes on his adventure runs and all that. We like that, because it's different from our other center backs. But defensively, man, losing the ball, miskicking the ball, Fabinho coming out this another shit cameo. Every time he comes on and he's trying to get to yellow or puts in those bad tackles. This time he was missing those bad tackles. It's a joke. We need a goal. We bring on players like I said, Flacco, Harvey came on the second half. From the first minute of the second half when Harvey came on for Naby, Flacco later on. With 5 minutes to go, he brings on young Stefan Basetic when we need a goal. Obviously, Bobby came on, but this guy, I don't know if he's gonna renew. I don't want him to. I think I've said it many times. The players I want to see leaving, there's gonna be a lot of players. I want Fabinho gone, Firmino as well. Thank you, Bobby. You're literally like our legend. You know, think of all the memories. I don't want to renew your contract because it's all going to be the whole sentimental thing again. If you hold on to these players for so long, it's better you go now on a high with all the good memories than, possibly frustrating the fans next season. But there are bigger problems than Bobby leaving right now. Like, I want to see players like Fabinho, Joe Gomez, Matip, even Matip, Curtis Jones. I want to see them gone. Naby Ox, we know. Millie, we know. Even though I feel like Millie will get an extension, but we'll see about that. But anyways, a dreadful game. Yes, that's 3 clean sheets in a row. It's the only positive we can take from the game. 7 points out of 9. Pretty decent, I'd say, because no one expected us to go beat Newcastle and get all 3 points. But our next game tonight against Wolves, this is a must-win game, our game in hand. Because Spurs are currently, for me, the front runners to get top 4. It's going to be between us, them, and Newcastle, in my opinion, because Chelsea, let's not even talk about them at the moment. You know, their fans just want 40 points right now, 3 more wins that they need. And the Brightons, the Brentfords, the Fulhams, they're not going to get in the top 4, but they'll fight for those European places. And yeah, I think Arsenal, City, and United will get in the top 3. I still think City will win the league, by the way. But that's for another show. Liverpool Wolves tonight. Before I get into the starting lineup, um, let me just speak on a couple of things. It's going to be our 4th time playing them in a matter of in our last 11 games. I think that's what I heard. And yeah, the first time was in the FA Cup at home, 2-2. The game where Trent put in a long ball, put on a plate for Darwin, finished it with his left foot, first time. And yeah, I think Wolves deserved to win that game. Remember when they got their third goal ruled out for no reason when VR wasn't working or something, but then we took it to their place for the replay game, and Harvey with a great goal, a screamer, a great hit, 1-0. And then they battered us in the league at their home, 3-0. Matip on goal. It was Dawson with his first goal for the club, the volley. And then Ruben Neves, that sealed it for them, the third goal. But I don't want to think about that day anymore. Now we have the likes of Ibu back. Jurgen just confirmed in his press conference today. Well, now for you guys, it was yesterday. He said Ibu is back, should be ready. Darwin looks okay. So I'm not sure if Darwin will start. I think he'll definitely be in the squad. He'll be on the bench. I'm not sure if he'll start because there's a United game on Sunday as well. That's another massive game for us. Our next two games, for me, we need 6 points if we want to be part of the conversation, like still be in it, still be in the race. Because right now, mathematically, yes, we're still in it, but our next two games, it's a must win because we have nothing else to play for now. Literally, the club said every game from now, it's just a Champions League qualification for next season, So, yeah, we'll focus on United later. For now, it's the Wolves game tonight. Ibu back, Darwin back. Diaz still, I guess, a week or two more. He's training individually, shooting practice, running on the pitch. Good signs, but it'll take some time. You're not going to rush him back. And who else? Thiago's still out, and Joy G still out. I'm not sure about Artur Melo because he was back the day we played Palace. He played for the U21s. I think it'll still be a while until we see him on the bench, which I don't get because you're gonna bring him back last game of the season and then send him back to Juve? What's the point? I don't get it, man. But anyways, boy, here's a stat for you lot. It's what I just heard recently. In our last 13 games, there was just in one game where we scored after the 50th minute, and that was Basetic against Aston Villa. I believe it was on Boxing Day. 13 games. No goals after the 50th minute. That's like no goal in the second half, in the whole half. Just once. Basetic against Villa. Boy, there's so many stats I can bring out right now. This is all negative, but I'd rather not. But a good thing is we'll see Ibu and VVD playing again after God knows how long. Apparently they played together as a partnership just once this season. And they are our best two center backs, So let me just get into the lineup real quick now. Here you go. In goal, obviously, Alisson Becker. Left back, I'm going to give Robbo a break because I think this guy needs a break big time. Like, just sit out for a while, Robbo. I don't think he was that great against Palace. People keep talking about Trent. We have to talk about Robbo as well. Get the same energy as well. And with the United game in mind on Sunday, a big game at home again, you have to rotate the squad. This is why we have Tsimikas for, our backup. So Costas Tsimikas left back, right back. I actually want to play Joe Gomez and give Trent a rest as well, but Joy G is out, we know, and I don't want to ever see Millie right back. I just hate the idea, even though we know what Millie's capable of. We know he'll give it his all as our vice captain, always a solid performance. You know what you can get from Millie, but attacking wise, I don't really like it. And he can be caught out in defense as well, too slow at times. So I'm going to keep Trent right back. The fact that Ibu is back, I'm going to play him because Klopp said he's ready now with VVD. Now, in the double pivot, Basetic comes back in because he was rested last game. He came over the last 5 minutes, should be ready and fit. And he's our best midfielder, post the World Cup since he stepped on pitch for us. And Fabinho, honestly, is just a pick of a coin between him and Hendo. And no, I'm not going to play Millie in a double pivot. Thiago's obviously still out. I'm not going to play Curtis here. I'm not going to play Naby as well after the last game. I don't want to see Harvey here. Not Ox. And again, Carvalho can't play in a double pivot anyways. He's not a central midfielder. And Klopp will never play him in the team, let alone in midfield. Am I missing anyone? I don't think so. So yeah, I'll just go with Fabinho because we need our two DMs to sit back, and VVD and Ibu can spread out to the sides while our fullbacks are high and up, helping our attackers, full forwards doing their thing. And we know Club is going to stick to his 4-3-3 system. There's no point, but this is what I would do, 4-2-3-1. So Salah on the right, Darwin on the left because of his pace and he can help defensively as well. And, Klopp likes to play him there and Gakpo up top as always. But in here, Jota up top, Gakpo in the 10 role as a cam because you know what he can do, bring the ball up because I don't see him as a left winger. He doesn't have the pace. He can't really beat a man, but he's good in the small pockets and tight spaces. But, I think the best role for him in our team right now is an advanced 8 or a 10. And in this formation I'm playing, it's a 10. So Gakpo on the 10, Nunez left, Salah right, and Diogo Jota, the Shota, Diogo as the center forward in the 9 position. Now, if Nunez isn't 100% fit to start and we have the United game to look forward to, then I would move Gakpo on the left, Bobby in the 10, and Jota up front. Unless you want to play Gakpo up top and Jota on the left. That's what Klopp likes to do anyways, play Gakpo up top. But I hope Darwin is fit to play, fit to start. We missed him big time the last game. And Bobby, you've seen in the last few games when he came on, he still doesn't look at his best yet. Obviously, you'll be rusty. You need games. You need how to get match fitness by playing games, by playing matches. But it's a must-win game, so you have to go with the players who are fit and ready, who had games and minutes under their belt. And it's these 4. Jota, like I said, being rusty the last few games, but he started against, Palace, had a few chances, so should be ready for this as well. Hopefully can get his first goal since his return. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this lineup, what you would do, what would you change, or stick with the same formation, but any players you want to move around or play instead of these 11 that I put out. Now, last but not the least, score prediction time. Because we're at home, we need revenge as well. We need a must win. Going to the United game, obviously they're buzzing. It's all happy vibes, good vibes for them there. Happy camp after just lifting the Carabao Cup a couple of days ago after beating Newcastle 2-0. So, they'll be buzzing because they're in all competitions, all to play for them. For us, we need to win tonight so we can go into that game with confidence because we have to remind. I was going to swear, but let's just not because they just won a trophy. They're doing better than us right now, 3rd in the league. It's in the FA Cup and, Europa League. But, it's the B-Tech quad. I'm trying to pressure them as much as the fans did to us last season, So, but we have to remind them that this is Anfield. Even though Madrid slapped us with 5, but this is the Premier League. We lost to Leeds, but it's the Red War. It's the derby. But tonight, I'm going with the Liverpool 2-0, another clean sheet. If Nunez plays, I think he bags. And I'm going to give another one to Diogo Jota, the Shota. If Darwin doesn't start, Gakpo will score. But anyways, let me know your score prediction as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one, which will be the preview for the big game on Sunday, Super Sunday. And obviously with the match reaction, the review of tonight's game. Hopefully it's a happy one. Take care, people. Peace.